Hey guys, welcome back to another part of Ame No Marginal, Rain Marginal. This is Izeiya here from Shugosha TV, and I welcome you to Water Marginal. Well, yeah, Water Marginal. So, in the last episode, we went over with the timeout room, and apparently the main character was like, hey, you should go with me and like go try it out in the elevator and stuff. Well, he didn't really say that. He was kind of like wondering if it would work or not, which I was really hoping it'll work. But at the same time, I'm just like, I feel like something bad was going to happen. But I guess it does make sense because, yeah, the Rin that he talks to at night is the same person, but it's like the Rin at the daytime isn't aware of this Rin at night. I don't know. Anyways, let's go see what's going on. We once again return to that place.
冷たかったわね。ほら、ミコも服を干しなさいよ。
Following her lead, I spread my clothing out on the floor to dry. Apparently, in this place it kept raining and never stopped. Of course, even wearing wet clothes, you wouldn't catch cold or get sick, and apparently if you got hurt it would heal in moments. However, just being in wet clothes felt bad, so she kept her clothes dry.
ねえミコ、ここに座る椅子とか欲しいと思わない？別に私は。そっか、あなたミコだから机に慣れてるんだね。
Saying that, the lady, presently sat down cross-legged on the stone floor. However, in contrast to her name, sitting cross-legged while naked was pretty indecent. She seemed to be 5 or 6 years older than me, but I think she was a very strange person.
じゃあ、せっかくだからミコも手伝ってよ。ついてきて。今度はそんなに遠くないから。
Saying that, she made to run outside while still naked. This woman.
で、その格好で行かれるのですか？お姉さんじゃない、イラつめ様。様はいらないわ。イラつめと呼び捨てにして。あと敬語も不要よ。それはいいけど、裸で外に出るなんて。子供が何言ってるのよ。他に誰かいるわけでもなし、女同士なんだから平気でしょ。手を引っ張らないで。
I was half forcefully pulled outside while naked. It wasn't as if I was fine inside the building, but even if I knew that no one was around, I still felt awkward going outside naked. Eventually, we arrived at some place that resembled a riverside. In a world where no matter where you went, there were worn flagstones, it suddenly appeared before us. To be called a river, it was far too large. You couldn't see the opposite side, upriver or downriver, because of the haze of rain. Just how big could this river be?
ほらミコ、そこ見える？そこって、何かある？
Past the haze of rain, there seemed to be something that looked like a bed frame washed up on the shore. But because it had been soaked in water, the frame was so broken that you could see even from far away.
実はね、時々こうやって現世から物が流れてくるのよ。
Lady explained it to me. Apparently, things flow into this place at irregular intervals, but it wasn't all that frequent. There wasn't any rhyme or reason as to what arrived, and apparently most things don't even retain their original shape. Plus, if you left them alone for a few days, they get washed away somewhere.
じゃあミコ、これ持って帰りたいから運ぶの手伝って。
これをですか？あの場所まで？
だって一人じゃ運ぶの大変だからね。こうやって誰か来た時に手伝ってもらってるのよ。
いえ、それはわかるけど。
それじゃあ持ち上げるわよ。せーの。
On her call, we lifted up the remains of what seemed to be a bed frame. In the middle of the rain, naked, fishing out a broken bed frame. It was already so past the point of embarrassing. It was simply funny.
って引き上げたのはいいけど、思ったよりボロだった。昨日見つけた時にはいい拾い物だと思ったのに。
どうするんですか？
そりゃ諦めるわ。またそのうち別のも来るでしょうから。
もし来なかったら？
バカねミコ。ここは時間の止まった場所。そして私はここの主。つまり私には永遠の時間があるの。焦る必要なんて全くないのよ。
You see, she probably had a point. In this place, you didn't get hungry or sick or old or even die. So of course, her way of thinking was fundamentally different from mine. And after a while, we once again returned to that place.
あ、ちょうど乾いたみたいよ。
Lady started to put on the dry clothing she had spread on the stone floor. When I placed my hands on my own clothing, I felt relieved. Even if I knew that there was no one else around, I couldn't stay calm while naked.
だけどイラつめっていつもあんな風にしているの？
あんなの意味がわからないけど、一つだけ教えておいてあげるわ。ここでは何をやっても現世に帰れば全て忘れているのよ。
すべて忘れるって？
It wasn't that I didn't believe someone who had been here for so long, but just how could she have known such a thing? If once you leave, you can never return, then there shouldn't be a way for her to know.
あなたは現世にいるとき、ここのことを聞いたことある？噂話でも。
神隠しや山隠しはあるけど、こんな雨の世界は聞いたことがない。
じゃあそれが回答よ。
そうか。
I finally understood. Those who come here, except her, would soon be sent back to the real world. If there weren't any memories of this place, then it wouldn't be strange if word spread, at least as rumors. Since I had never once heard of such a place, then it was natural to think that visitors must lose their memories.
でもだったらここから出た人が本当に現世に帰っているかわからないんじゃ。
Potentially, they could just die like that and go to the afterlife.
それについては私にもわからないわ。
じゃあどうしてそう言い切れるの？それは
For some reason, Lady felt silent at that question. Maybe it was hard to say, but she seemed a bit different from her usual self. She fell silent and gazed at the rainy scenery. No, she seemed to be gazing at something beyond that. As I suspected, she knew something. She was deliberately hiding something from me. Eventually, her gaze returned to me and she started speaking in her normal way.
信じるしかないでしょ。私が初めて来た時からそう伝え続けられてきたことだし。
A person before a lady?
そもそもイラつめってここにどれくらいいるの？
いきなり難しい質問しないでよ。子供のくせに。
子供関係ないわよ。それに昨日数十人と会ったって言ったけど本当なの？
嘘じゃないわ。ここにいたんじゃ外の様子も詳しくはわからないけど、でも時折ここに来た人間と話をして現世の年月もだいたい把握しているつもりよ。
Saying that, she straightened up proudly. Even if just a rough idea, I'm sure she had a fair sense of things. And you might even be able to know what age and year it is from what floats in from the river.
ちなみに10人ほど前に来たやつは最悪だったわ。
最悪ってここに残ろうとしたの？
それもあるけど、むっさ苦しい若い男だったのよ。
What?
男の人も来るの？
そりゃ当然よ。老若男女何の規則性もないし、やってくる感覚だってバラバラよ。
So that's how it was. Thinking about it, she answered that there was no commonality. Okay. Between the things that flow in the river. It might be the same thing with people.
いやー、あの時は四六時中を重ねまくって大変だった。
そうですか。
Without thinking, I tried a weak laugh with her.
しかも最後にはここに残るとか言い出してね。無理だって言っても聞かないし。
それでどうしたんですか？
そりゃ殺しても死なないから手足をちぎって出口に放り込んだのよ。
Whoa. Okay.
そのくらいの覚悟がないとここにずっといることはできないんだよ。
And there she once again lost the sunny face she had been wearing. I had no idea just how long Lady had spent in this place. However, it was at least a few years. No, she could have even spent decades here alone. All alone. Next morning. Today the rain was also falling. I had no idea who, at what time, or for what purpose created this place. Most likely, not even Lady knew the truth herself. But as someone who called herself the mistress of the reading world session, then maybe no one knew.
そうね。わからないよね。この私をもってしても。
Before I could speak, her voice came. Words like she could clearly see what I was thinking. When I came here, I was told it was because she was experienced in daily questions. Now was that kind of situation.
今のはもしかして
ええ。ニコの考えを読んだのよ。
考え
実はそれくらい簡単にできるのよね。私には。
でも以前に神の使いじゃないって
もちろん。でも似たようなことはできるわよね。
Saying just that, she stretched her hand outside to the rain. And as I was thinking what she would do, and as I was thinking what would she do, what the? Water? The rain was moving as if it were alive.
それは一体
水を操っているのよ。
She said it simply, as if it were normal. To begin with, I didn't understand what she meant by controlling water, but the thing freely moving in front of me was proof of that.
ここには雨と水しかないからね。気づいたらできるようになってたのよ。ま、すでに普通の人間ではないわね。
Lady laughed cheerfully. Certainly this wasn't Cynthia at all. She could read people's thoughts and move and control things so supernaturally. It seemed like she had already surpassed the will of humanity. Maybe she understood the meaning of this place. Oh, even if she didn't have a clear answer, I had a feeling she grasped through the rough sense of it. Then why is it that she hasn't told me?
その方はいつか私が現世に戻った時ね。
記憶がなくなるの
だけにこの世界の主を名乗ってるわけじゃないのよ。ああ、でもニコはここでの記憶も消えてあっさり死んで終わりよ。
Hearing the word death, I thought about what has happened to me. Sacrificed too for an unfair atonement. My entire life was supposed to be for that purpose. My gentle sister had, without once using her voice, had her life ended. And yet, with the shrine lost and being taken to this mysterious place, there were just things I didn't understand. Night. Drops of water spill from a completely dark sky. In the only place in this world where you could avoid the rain, we again spent the night. I had stretched my body out on the stone floor. Next to me, Lady was lying on her back, in the same way. From the explanation I heard previously, I could be here for 3 days. Today was the night of the second day. So, once the night ends, I would probably be going back. In the absolute darkness, her voice whispered over.
どうかしたの？
まだ帰る気にならない？できれば明日には帰ってくれると助かるんだけど。一応数日ってことでもだいたい3日くらいだと思うから。
やっぱり帰らないとダメ。
そういう作りになってるからね。ここって一人しかいれない世界なの。
Lady was speaking somewhat seriously. While listening to her voice, I had a number of thoughts. If I said I didn't want to, would I have my arms and legs torn off and thrown in the exit?
バカね。あなたにそんなことしないわ。ただおとなしく帰ってほしいだけよ。
ありがとう。
Reading my thoughts, she answered for me. I was sure Lady could do that much if she wanted. Plus, for someone as weak as myself, even if I were sleeping, she wouldn't be able to force me back without using any strange powers. And yet she said she wouldn't do that. I felt that was what she really thought. It's not that I wanted to be here forever, but there was just one thing that worried me. It was the atonement. For my part, I had thought that I had already broken the atonement. Upon coming here, I had broken my silence, and after that, hadn't sealed my hadn't sealed my words away, tongue-tied. But after my experiences these past 2 days, my confidence was wavering. Even if I had to go back, I wanted to confirm that. For someone who had been here for so long like Lady, she might know.
いいわよ。大抵のことなら知ってるはずよ。
And apparently once again reading my thoughts, she answered before I could speak.
例えばだけど、もし何年間も何かしちゃダメという決まりがあったとして、この場所でそれを破った場合にも役をたがえたことになるの。
ミコ、もう少し具体的に言って。なんなら考えてくれてもいいわよ。勝手に思考を読むから。
社の役で長い間声を出せない。
もしかしてそれって爆樹の木のこと？
What? Snuffles?
爆樹？
She replied with an unfamiliar phrase. I had only begun to explain myself when she interrupted.
333年と3ヶ月と3日、言葉を発してはいけない。
How does she know?
違った。
どうしてそれを？
そりゃ知ってるわよ。伊達に長生きしてないからね。ちなみにそれって神への不信の償いの儀式よ。
I didn't know that. I had never heard that name before at the shrine, and just vaguely at that role pushed upon me.
まあ、だいたい理解したわ。今時そんな古臭い儀式を続けていたことには驚いたけどね。
でも私たちの社では今でもやってたから。
それでミコ、その職を抗うための見栄だったんでしょ。
うん。
It seemed like Lady saw through everything. She probably didn't even have to read my thoughts. And so, as if preparing myself for my fate, I told her everything. No, honestly, I might have just wanted someone to listen. About how I'd been raised as a priestess for as long as I can remember. About how I had a kind older sister. About how she had been killed, how I was made to follow after her. And about how the shrine had been raised, how I ran away, came to the edge of death, and the next thing I realized I was here. Saying that, she patted my head. That kind gesture was like my sister's, and before I knew it, I was about to cry.
ねえ、イラツメ。私の気がかりは一つだけ。もう職は途切れたの？それとも、時の止まったこの場所では無効？つまり、現世に帰ると、まだ続いているの？それが。
For some reason, Lady fell silent at my question. For my part, I had no regrets about going back to the real world. Even if I were fated to die upon returning, I had been resigned that there was nothing that could be done. I had been resigned. However, I cannot forgive that that atonement would still continue. If that atonement were to continue and I returned to the real world, then I would forget about what happened here. Meaning that without knowing anything, I would continue with the atonement. And I would probably die from hunger and cold shortly after returning. If that atonement were to end either way, then I wanted to break it of my own free will. As someone powerless, I wanted to at least resist in that way.
ミコ、おそらく職は切れているわ。
After thinking for a while, Lady whispered an answer.
本当に？
ええ。たとえ時の止まった場所とはいえ、声を出した以上、義は成立しないはずよ。
わかった。ありがとう、イラツメ。
Then I would have no regrets. Even if I were to return to the real world and quickly die, I wouldn't mind. That's right. I had sworn it in my heart.
仮にいても、そのようなものを神とも認め、そう心に決めている。もし神を守る者がいて、私に罰を与えるというなら、好きなだけ与えるがいい。その受けた罰の分だけ、理不尽な運命を、姉の無念を、私の無念をも合わせ、いつしか呪いへと変えてみせよ
う。ミコ、今あなたは良くないことを考えているわね。やめなさい。神にとらわれるのは私だけで十分よ。
イラツメ、何を言ってるの？
別に気にしないで。あなたの人生よ。好きにすればいいわ。
Just saying that, she once again lay down and slept. Even Lady doesn't understand. Her regrets, no one understood. As always, there was endless rain in that pure white sky. No. With the sound of the gently falling rain outside, I rubbed my still slightly eyes and got up. Today, I go back to my home world. It wasn't that I had no regrets, but for the biggest one, I have been told that the atonement has been broken. If so, then that alone was enough. Originally, I should have died deep in the wintry mountains, and on top of that, I would return, lose my memory, and continue the atonement without knowing anything had happened here.
おはようミコ。帰る用意はできた？
と言っても特に何もないから。
ま、そうよね。どうせ死にに帰るようなもんだし。
そうだよね。
I wound up replying with a laugh. Not even I really understood why. It might have been because, more than dying, I didn't want to continue living in that world.
何よ。あなたもそんな顔できるんじゃないの？
何が？
だっていつも不機嫌そうにばっかりして、まだ子供だってのに妙に冷めてるし。
Being told that, I had nothing to respond with. I had known this myself, and had certainly never been told directly to my face.
ねえ、私の声って変じゃない？
Why do I have a bad feeling about this?
ん？その可愛げのないボソボソした物言いのこと？冗談よ冗談。そういうのもいいんじゃない？
本当に？
それにもしこれからもさっきみたいに笑えるのなら教えてあげてもいいわよ。
教えるって何を？
それにはまず例の場所に行かないことにはね。
Saying that, and with a light hop, Lady went outside. I also followed her with somewhat light air. As always, rain fell. From the completely white sky, small droplets struck my body. In the midst of that, the two of us walked while jumping over the puddles formed on the flagstones.
いったった。石踏んじゃったわ。
Occasionally, when she stepped on one of the stone fragments scattered on the ground, she'd make a big show of it. A lady who called herself the mistress of this world and wielder of mysterious powers. Soon we were going to part, and she was going to once again be alone. And yet, she didn't appear to mind that much. Alone? I had a sudden question. I had recalled something she had said earlier. She said that if I could laugh like this from now on, she would tell me something. Just what would she tell me? And I also wondered what the from now on part meant. From now on or not, I was soon going to go back to the real world, and then likely die. I was supposed to have nothing to do with futures or from now on. As I was pondering that, Lady murmured,
ミコ、あなた今でもここにいたい？
どうしたの突然？
黙って聞きなさい。もしここにとどまりたいなら方法がないわけじゃないのよ。
もしかしてそれがさっき言った 教えるってこ
本来は私だけなんだけどね。ってほら見えてきたわ。
Saying that, she pointed at that hole. It was the hole that I had entered here from the real world, and also the exit I would use to return. Just like when I saw it the other day, there was a hole in the flagstones.
どうするの？なんなら残る方法を教えてあげてもいいわよ。
Of course, I didn't want to refuse. If anything, going back like this just meant dying.
と。でも私、これからも笑顔で笑える自信なんてないよ。
ま、そのうちにおいおいとなれればいいのよ。なんたって時間は無限にあるんだから。じゃあ最初にあなたに嘘を言ってたことを打ち明けるわ。
What?
嘘。
数日もすれば強制的に返されるって言ったけど、あれは少し嘘だったの。
じゃあどうしてここに人がいないの？
だから少しだけ嘘なの。強制的に返されるのは本当。3日ほど猶予があるのは本
Wait, what?
当。ただし返されるのは先に来た順番なの。
Oh my god. The one who arrived here first? From what she explained before, it didn't make sense. If that were true, then why was Lady still here? She had even said that up until now, a few tens of people had come. If that was how things worked, I have been the one that was sent back like long ago.
ニコ、理解できた？つまりあなたには本当のことを打ち明けたけど、今まで私は来る人来る人をずっと騙してさっさと送り返していたの。
I knew that was a possibility.
まあそれでも残ろうとする相手は寝てる間に切り刻むと私の術で無理やり追い出すけどね。
She didn't want to return to the real world. Hearing that, I finally understood. Lady was supposed to be sent back. Before that happened, she had sent back the ones who came after her, sometimes by trickery, sometimes by force.
ねえリラツメ、じゃあ一つだけ教えて。
いいわよ、何でも聞いてくれて。
どうしてそのことを私に教えてくれたの？無限に生きることだって可能なのに。
I was sure that my logic was sound. Lady herself had most likely lived for many years here like this.
すでに私は人を超えているからよ。神ではないけど仙人かもしれないわね。
Lady's words were somewhat serious. I had no idea how long she had spent here, but the words surpassed humans were convincing.
あと少し情も移ったみたいね、あなたに。
私にで、何を。
When I looked, Lady was putting one foot into my exit. Hearing all this, I finally realized. Lady was trying to go back to the real world. And she was telling me how her method worked. How if I did as she did, I could stay here forever.
ついでに最後にもう一つだけ嘘の告白をするわ。あなたがとうとう 333年の食のことよ。
Oh
あれ
no.
おそらくまだ続いているわよ。
でももう切れたはずだったん
She's
じ
been
ゃ。
tripled.
残念だけどここじゃ何をやっても現世の器は向こうよ。
Oh my.
伊達に長年生きてないわ。私が言うんだから間違いないわよ。
Then, even though the sacrifice is continuing, then if I were to go back like this, then I would just die for nothing?
まあこれもあなたに譲ろうと思った一因なんだけどね。雨の世界の主のやつ。
雨の世界の主。
でもミコ、先に断っておくけどここに未来はないわよ。永遠に終わることのない今があるだけ。
待って、まだあなたには聞きたいことがあるの。
As if my pleas for her to stop were unheard, Lady seemed to give her whole body to the exit hole.
運が良ければまた会えるわ。続きはその時にでもね。
With those final words, she disappeared from this world.
離脱。
In a world with no one else, I was being rained upon. My exit hole had completely disappeared. The rain began to fall upon the flagstones where the hole was. Within rain that wouldn't end, there was just one person. The flagstones had stretched forever, a pure white sky.
この状態こそが本来のここの姿なのだろう。
And my whisper, without anyone making a reply, was erased by the rain. 10 years later. It was probably about that much. I'm not sure. For the first few years, I would attach a date whenever the morning came, but eventually I got confused and stopped. And in that time, no one came here. Thinking about it, I should have become 20, and oddly enough would have been the same age as my sister when she died.
でも少しも変わっていない。
My height and hair were exactly like when I came here at 10. Nothing had changed.
一体どのくらいの感覚でここに人が来るのだ。
The lady had said that it was irregular and entirely without rhyme or reason. But has there ever been such a large gap in visitors? Or was it normal that one would only come every few decades? Then, the lady had sent back a few tens of people. For just how long has she lived here? She had said at the time that I would one day learn, but it seemed that was ways ahead.
雨の世界の主。無限に続くたった一人しかいない世界の主。
For just how long would I be on this throne? Oh my god, it makes sense. I had a feeling that something like this would happen. Oh my goodness. Well, that is the end of this part. And thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next episode. Well, / part. See ya.